Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at KTALnews.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Morses. We've got an update on your Thursday morning forecast update and some of the things we'll be talking about today. We do have the warmest day of the week lined up today. It won't be too hot for us, but a little bit warmer than what we've experienced here Monday through Wednesday. There is a weak cold front coming in tonight, so that's the reason we're drawing in some warmer air today. That front will give us some great weather through the weekend, likely a dry front. And the question, where is the rain here? And don't think we mind that the rain will be gone for at least the next week or so, and maybe even through next week as well, as we do have the lakes and rivers running extremely high here. So we'll have an update for you on some of those lake and river levels as well. As far as today, we'll start out here in the 50s as well as the low 60s. So the nicest slice of the day today, probably from about 9 a.m. to noon. Warm afternoon will likely be in the low to mid 80s, and that cold front will start pushing in the northern Arctic by late this afternoon. But again, the front just stirring up some clouds. Really doesn't look like it's going to bring any rain to the Arctic. Our dew point temperature is in the 50s, which is pretty low. It means there's a lot of dry air in place. And for comparison, last week when we had all the heavy rain, the dew point was well into the 70s. So again, with the drier air today, this front not likely able to squeeze out any showers. So we've left the forecast dry here. We'll start out again in the 50s and low 60s. And your highs today, given a south wind kicking in at about 10 miles per hour, should be boosted into the mid 80s today. Most of us about 80 degrees yesterday, so noticeably warmer if you're out and about this afternoon, this evening. But again, this front will kind of scour out some of that warm air tonight and tomorrow and give us that pleasant weather Friday and Saturday especially. So here's a look at your Robinson Futurecast. It wants to pop up some rain here again. I think it's too dry for that to happen, and you can see maybe some storms to the east of the Arctic. They're actually in the severe weather outlook over here along the Mississippi River, so we don't need any more of that activity given what we saw last week. So we're happy to say that that front will stay well to the east of us and likely trigger some storms maybe as far west as Monroe, but I think it will leave the Arctic alone here. Our temperatures do cool into the, again, 50s tonight, 70s tomorrow, so tomorrow is looking great. We'll have mostly sunny skies throughout the day, and the weekend's looking great as well. We'll be in the 70s on Saturday, and by Sunday, we start to warm it up again. We have another cold front coming in early next week, which will draw in some of that warm air by Sunday, but that front next week looks to be mainly dry as well, so really difficult to find the rain for at least the next 7 to 8 days or so. That's the reason you can see the red here in Shreveport up to about 29 feet. It will kind of slowly drop out of action stage by probably late in the weekend here in Red River at Natchitoches. Again, in minor flood stage here. We'll probably be out of flood stage at some point as we go through the weekend here. And again, Caddo Lake will be very high, pushing up to about 174 feet and staying there through the weekend. We're hoping for maybe a slope drop next week before we see any rain come back. But again, the outlook not really calling for much rain here. The temperatures just kind of fluctuate back and forth between the 70s and 80s, just depending on when those cold fronts roll through. Overnight lows should be really nice in the 50s is for the foreseeable future here. And we do wind up in the 80s Monday, but that cold front on Tuesday, just a very slight chance of rain. It should cool us back into the 70s for at least a day or two next week.